Okay.
So I'm gonna record this call so that way I can send it to you once it's over with.
Okay.
Um, Really, I just want to get a basic understanding of where you are as far as trading. Um, because I don't know, your level of trading, what kind of experience you have, whether you know anything at all. Um, and also because I trade differently than what most people do. Most people like the in-depth analysis and to go to details and all that stuff. I'm more so just like market structure mixed with some EMAs, mixed with quarter points. They pretty much solve my days. So I just want to kind of break down the kind of strategy I use, um, explain to you how to set up your chart properly, and also just go over the Discord to like show you which videos will be best for you to start looking over to understand or get more in depth.
Mm. Okay. For starters, I have went on a few platforms like last year sometime, like Bybit and stuff, and played around with it. I watched a lot of videos. Everyone has their own strategy, like you just pointed out. Um, for my, I have a lot of research and kind of sense of like understanding long term and understanding short term and understanding like a little bit of like the patterns, so if you, for example, if you give me, because I, for my research looking on your Discord, it's a little different, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
want to take that in, I want to receive that fully, to the point where, you know wherever I've known, okay, that's not really, I have not made a living off of trading. You follow me? So that's not really important as much as learning what you have to offer. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So once I take what you're doing from like the MEAs and just the point, however you trying to structuralize the trading platform,
Right.
I'm gonna just kind of take that in and go from there. From that point on, I'm self-sufficient. I love to learn. I love to dig in. Love to ask questions as well. And if I can help in any way, just have fun with the process. Because yeah, I'm pretty confident as well. So like, if you show me something and if I don't know it, I'm gonna ask you. Yeah, bro, this right here is not quite getting to me. But
Okay.
if I get it, I got it. I'm confidently you rock and rolling.
Sounds
So
like that sounds like me. I like to learn, but I also like to keep shit simple. You know what I mean? Like I don't like to overwhelm people's mind, and I don't like to overwhelm my mind, especially with trading, because I know what trading has and what it can offer me, and I also know what it can do to me if I allow it to come. You know,
hmm
so a little back history on myself before we do fully begin. I'm 24, so I'm not really that old. I'm pretty young. I've been trading since May 26, 2019. It's been a journey. I started out with IML, found out there was a bunch of bullshit ass people. Left IML. I met this guy named Jim Starnes. He pretty much showed me how to trade, but it's just been a lot of bullshit that's happened with him.
hmm
So when that happened, I left Jim. Not even I left Jim a while ago. Like I still talk to him, but I left Jim and I went to a different platform, which is how I currently trade. Like that's why my screen looks like this, is because of the platform that I learned from, called Sniper University. You can look them up on Instagram and everything if you want to. It's called the Sniper University. They taught me pretty much everything that I currently trade with, minus a few things that I already knew, but majority of the time it was them, and that's why I literally, this is the only pair I trade, US 30. Uh, Hold on, let me show you. I have nothing else that I look at. To me, there's no point in looking at anything else if I know how to master this one pair. And you know, going for a certain amount of pips a day, I'm a scalper. I like to get in the market and get out the market within 20 to 30 minutes tops. And by me back testing and having learned when this pair US 30 moves best, it has
hmm
allowed me to kind of predict when is it gonna, what's it gonna do each day at the exact time? Like literally, I don't look at the charts until about 9:15 in the morning. So about
Mm-hmm.
right here. And I'm looking for this candlestick right here, that 9:30 candlestick. That's it. That's literally all I'm looking for. I don't want to see anything else. I'm not caring about any of this shit. I want to know what's happening between 9:30 and 9:45. And that's what this candlestick is going to tell me. And based
Mm-hmm.
off of that candlestick, I can catch anywhere from 100 to 200 pips. Well, in US 30 terms, it's 1,000 pips to 2,000 pips, even 500 pips. I'm satisfied with. Because with the lot size I throw, 500 pips, that's about $500 on an average day.
Mm-hmm.
So I really like to keep it simple. I'm not too flashy. I don't go into details about what is what. I like to tell people all you gotta do is back test and learn what exactly is going on. I do use EMAs, these EMAs right here, which I will go over for you. I use this MACD, which I'll also go over for you. I'll help you set up your charts. I don't know how you would like your chart set up, you know what I mean? Because like I said, everybody trades different. My charts are completely different than, how Jordan's charts are gonna look or Dante's charts are gonna look, just because I'm a completely different kind of trader. So
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy to think, you know what I mean? Because I don't know how to trade the details and all that shit, but I just rather not. You know what I mean? I've literally back tested US 30, this one pair, probably 1,000 times. And it's let me know like every day at 9:30 it's gonna do some crazy shit. Like I'm gonna show you every day at 9:30. This one candlestick is literally a
Mm-hmm.
this one candlestick is what you call is over 100 pips. So this right here, if you would have caught this, depending on when you got in, that's over 100 pips. That's a day's paycheck right there with the way I trade. That right there can take any job out the door, no matter what job it is. Unless you're making $1 million a week or some shit. That one candlestick right here can save your entire life. And
What?
You said what, boss?
Yeah. I feel cut you off. Are you saying that one candlestick is $1 million a week?
Like it can eventually. It takes time to get there, but it can easily, because this one candlestick is depending on how you trade. Like, everybody trades differently, but the way I trade at 9:30. So when I'm looking at a move in the market, I'm waiting for, like, I don't start looking at the charts till 9:15. So this candlestick right here, this is when I start looking at it. And based off of what the market is showing me, that's what's really going to allow me to know why US 30 is going to go where it goes. So basically, I'm gonna mark up my chart how I would mark up my chart on any day.
Okay.
So when I'm looking at US 30 and going into the market, and then once I show this, I'll explain what everything means. But so this range right here, this black area is called the Asian range. It's a very, very, very structured area. Basically, that's what my strategy is based off of. So I always mark it up. As soon as I get on the charts, I mark it up for the day. And I like the way my charts are set up. This green section is London range. This is the New York and London crossover where you see that funky looking red. And then right here is the end of New York session when it's all alone. So it just breaks up the sections for me, so that way I don't gotta go and do it too much. I don't gotta do running around or anything like that, looking for certain times. It's literally right in front of my face as soon as I open the screen, which that is also it's an indicator as well that I will explain to you and show you how to, add, because to me, it's a prime way for me to back test and for me to catch my entries each day. It helps me with my discipline. It helps me know that if I don't see no red, I shouldn't be looking at the chart. because
Mm,
I don't trade anything else but right here. So if it's not looking red, if it's only green, I shouldn't be looking at the chart. If it's red and like this, then I am good to look at the chart. So
okay.
it's just more like mental. It's a mental thing. You know, it helps me stay disciplined. And then when I back test, it also helps me know that each each time I see this breakup, this is a new day. You know, this is a new day. This is a new
Mm,
day. So instead of me having to go, if I have a black screen like this, I got to go find each day. You know what I mean? I got to look
okay,
at
I
down
see.
here at the bottom. And to me, that's too much work. You know, I want to
Okay.
make this shit as simple as possible. And that's why I use that indicator because it breaks it up for me and it allows me to go back test. And then it just makes the moves easier to me because every day you
Mm,
know where 9:30 is. 9:30 is going to be right here. You know, it's
mm-hmm,
always going to be in the middle. So each day you go back, you already know where 9:30 is going to be.
mm-hmm.
So that's just
Copy.
my little thing for that. And it's simple to me. But
Mm-hmm,
yeah, so when I get into the markets, I mark everything up. I'm going from the high, the low of the Asian session, which is as soon as the red ends, to the top, which is anywhere before the green ends, whichever, however high it went before green started. That's the Asian range. So right here, it's gonna be this long wick. So now I'm looking at this. That's my Asian range. So based off of this range, if it was at the top of this range, I would like to see it drop. If it was at the bottom of this range, I'd like to see it buy. Since it's outside of the range, I want to continue to see it buy. If it was below the range, I would be looking for sales. Does that make sense?
So you're saying, okay, at the top of the Asian ring, at the very beginning of the green, going from the black to the green, that's the buy. If it actually extend over that little box, the Asian ring, you want to be
Mm-hmm.
able to buy.
Yep. So
Okay.
when you when you see when it breaks out of this range like this right here,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you wouldn't just because it broke out, you don't just buy it right away. So you would wait for the pullback, which is what you pretty much got right here.
Mm-hmm.
And once this pullback comes and it touches this range again, that's when you buy it. And usually it sometimes it doesn't always come this far down, just like for instance right here, it
Mm-hmm.
this far down. But that's why I use these EMAs right here. This purple, yellow, and blue. I use those
Mm-hmm.
EMAs as pretty much key areas in the market to know those are they follow price. So wherever price is, you're always going to see these EMAs, and they're going to let you know like, hey, is it buying? Is it selling? And based off of how these EMAs are spread out, you got the purple one is it's following price closely. That lets
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's gonna break this purple one before it breaks this yellow one. This is the 20 EMA, this is the 55, and this is the 155. They're to me, they're the most respected EMAs. I can't tell you why they're the most respected EMAs, but as you back test, you will see that you know they're pretty respected on all time frames that you do trade off of. You see just right here, this is a beautiful move. You know, it crossed the EMA's crossed right here. So when they cross, the next thing you're looking for is it to come back and retest that cross area and then fall. So that's exactly what we got here. You
So
see
you
how
bought right there, right?
now you was sold. So
Okay.
there when the EMAs are overpriced, you're looking for sales. When EMAs are underpriced, you're looking for buys. So you see how the EMAs are under the price right now, and price being these candlesticks. These candlesticks
Mm-hmm.
are what I mean by price.
Okay.
So you see that, you know, it's above the 55, it's above the 55, boom. So that's literally it. If it's above the 55, I'm looking for buys. If it's below the 55, I'm looking for sales. And that's just confirmation to help you, you know the direction of the market. So it gives you
Oh,
that opportunity to, all right, well, until it breaks these areas, I'm not looking for a reversal. I'm not looking for it to sell. Just like here,
oh.
you see this 9:30 candlestick. Even though, even though it went below the 55, it closed above it. So that lets you know that, hey, it's still buying. So at 9:45, if you would have bought this motherfucker, you would have, that's a paycheck right there. You went over 290 pips. 290 pips with the smallest lot size is a $200 a day. 290 pips with a decent lot size is going to net you about a good 300 to 400 a day, depending on the way I trade. It would, because I don't. I like to keep this shit simple. I don't do too much trading. I literally trade one pair a day. I do one trade a day. And that's me risking about 2 to 3% on one trade to go for 5 to 6%, which is something we'll talk more into depth eventually. But right now, I just want you to get familiar with how the charts are moving, what you're looking at, and why you're looking at it at a certain time.
Okay, and so I'm seeing the candlestick, the one at 9:30, the white candlestick that closed right before the 55 MA line. So
You said
that's
what?
when, if you're bought right there and it skyrocket, the blue candlestick, that's a good paycheck right there.
That's
Correct?
a beautiful paycheck. You're getting
Facts.
paid. And what I like about US 30, it happens so quickly. It's not one of them things where you gotta wait to do. I grew up off of fast money, so
Facts.
my mind is always gonna be on that fast money. Now, to me, US 30 is that fast money because it's very quick. It doesn't take a lot of work to get it, but it just takes patience, and that's the one thing a lot of people don't have is patience, because these markets will eat you the fuck up if you're not patient. Like this long ass wick right here.
What's
If you
that?
get caught, so this right here is a long ass wick. What is a wick? A wick lets you know that, hey, look, you got buyers are active in the market, but since this candlestick is white, that lets you know sellers won. So now, this wick is letting you know, look, there's no more buying momentum. It's not going no more. It's not going higher. So now you're just waiting. You're waiting for it to sell, which is what it did very next. This blue candle, you could have caught a nice buy, but if you'd have caught the sell by just waiting for the pullback, which is what this is a pullback, it lets you know, like, hey, look. It has the pullbacks to these candlesticks, but I don't even care about none of this shit right here because that's outside of my trade session. But I just wanted to let you know what a wick is. When you see a wick, when you see this long ass thing on the top side, it's a wick. And same thing on the bottom side too. This right here, you see how it lets you know that, hey, look, that we want to go down, but buyers are still active in there. So it wasn't as strong as a sell.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it lets you know pretty much, it gives you key areas where reversals are possible, just like right here. You see this long ass wick. Then you got two wicks. That lets you know that, hey, look, man, there's no more selling momentum. It's about to start pulling back. So at this point in time, you're either gonna start taking your profit or you're gonna be looking for reversals off of these wicks.
Right there?
Yeah, so you could have bought down here where you see these wicks. You see this one wick, and then this wick right here, it came and it respected this wick, about 50% of that wick. So let's see. You see how this line right here in the middle, that's about 50% of what this wick is. That's usually what you would be looking for. 50% of a wick fill is pretty good. Because then, even 100 pips a day. Like if you would have bought it at 50% of this wick, you would have got 146 pips in this one candlestick. So that's still a great day. And, like I always tell people, I don't trade like Jordan. I don't trade like Dante, because I don't know who you know in the chat, but I see that you did know Jordan, so that's why I'll use his name often whenever we do hop on Zoom calls, because I like to tell people, like, I don't trade like them. I don't their charts would never look like my charts because they learned a different way than I learned.
Mm-hmm.
So I can only tell you the way that I can only teach you what I know. I can't teach you what anybody else knows. So that's why I
Right.
tell people, like, if you feel like US 30 is not the pair for you, this strategy that I'm gonna teach you, it works for any pair. It literally works for any pair. The only difference is it may not be 9:30. You have to find out what time is best works for that pair. Just like if you trade gold, I can pull up gold right quick, and I don't even like gold, but let me just pull her up right fast. I can show you.
You don't like gold?
Nah, bro. Um, I like US 30. US 30 is made me
Give that mean.
way. You said what?
Yeah, so what it means, my fault.
Oh, US 30.
Yeah.
So US 30 is an indice. And give me one second. Let me find gold, and then I'll explain US 30 to you.
Mm-hmm. And
So
so this is Forex, bro? I'm not sure.
you said what?
Is it this right here is called Forex trading or what?
Yes. So yes, this is forex trading. Um, these are just trading. When you trade gold or you trade US 30, you're just trading metals. You're trading this US 30 is an indice, so it deals with the S&P 500. Um, gold, everybody knows what gold is. Gold is a metal. It's the safe haven currency for almost all countries in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So, gold is a nice pair to trade as well because it also gives you a lot of tips. And I do know gold a little bit, so I can talk about it and explain it. I just
Mm-hmm.
don't because US 30 has made me my vast majority of money. I like to keep shit simple. I like to keep shit basic. I don't like to overwhelm my brain too much. If it
Right.
works, why? If it works, why fix it?
Nice.
That's my motto in trading. That bitch
Mm-hmm.
is working. Don't fix it.
Facts.
Um, one pair can change your life. You know what I mean? Because most people, they don't realize um if you just stick to one pair and literally master the fuck out that pair, you're going to learn how to trade that pair not just at one time, but at any time. Like now, I could trade US 30 during London session. I could trade US 30 during the Asian session just because I know my strategy works. The only thing is, I like to get in and out the markets. When I trade it outside of my session, it might take a little longer to hit my TPs versus if I trade it in my session at 9:30, I know every day at 9:30 I'm going to get some type of movement. So like this is 9:30.
Mm-hmm.
This 9:30 candlestick paid me 160 pips. Every day. This
Is that
9:30 candlestick. You say what, boss?
yeah, my fault, cut y'all. But like, so what that mean? Like, okay, is that 160 pits? Is that $160 a day?
It depends on your lot size. So with the
You hear
lot
me?
size, you say what, boss?
I see you heard me. You heard me? I don't know if you heard me or not.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. As far as the lot size, as far as like how much money it would be.
Yeah.
So it depends. If you use the smallest lot size, then yeah, it's only $160. But if
Okay.
you use the way I trade, it would be about $1,000, bro. That is crazy because I use funded accounts. So you're gonna get funded. I'm gonna help you get funded 10K before you know, once we help you get funded $10,000, it's way better to trade with $10,000 than rather than you try to put $300-400 in the bank account or in a trading account and you try to trade with that much
Okay.
money versus you spending $84 to get a $10,000 account. That way you're not when you come in, you don't have to start at the baby numbers. You don't have to start at small. You literally can start taking advantage of the markets right away. Like
Okay.
not like right away, but as soon as you get in and you get comfortable and you start wanting to go to these funded accounts, you will feel comfortable, you know, tossing bigger lot sizes rather than you just going in for a little baby lot size and $160. Granted,
Fact.
$160 a day or $100 a day can change your life in the market because it's not about the money, it's about the freedom that you get from the markets. I don't know if you have kids or what your responsibilities are as far as bills and whatnot,
Right.
but for a lot of people, $100 to $150 a day is the average what they make at their job. So if you can take $100 to $200 a day and make it in the market, that replaces your income. And that's my style of trading.
Mm,
You start by replacing your income. If you can replace your income, then you're golden. Now that's when you got that free time now after you replaced your income and you got comfortable and confident in trading with, all right, bet I've been making $200-300 a day. I'm feeling comfortable. It's been about 2-3 months now. I want to quit my job and I want to, go in more depth in trading so that way I can start making 2-3 thousand a day. Because the same way I trade a $10,000 account is the same way I trade $100,000 account. The only difference is my lot size. And the reason for my lot size being different is because my account size is different. If my
mm,
account size is higher, that means I can make more money each day. So
mm-hmm.
I like to tell people go for 3% a day. 3% of 100K or 10K account is $300 a day. 3% of 100K account is $3,000 a day. Nothing changed as far as percentages. Only thing that changed is how much you're risking per trade. And that's why I tell people, like, if you just focus on the pips to begin with, focus on catching 50 to 100 pips a day. Don't even worry about how much money that is. Just get comfortable catching 50 to 100 pips, 50 to 100 pips, 50 to 100 pips every single day. The
Mm-hmm.
money aspect is going to follow. So think about the compound effect. If
Mm-hmm.
you're compounding your account each day with 50 pips, you know, no matter what, 50 times 50 times 50, or 50 plus 50 plus 50 plus 50 plus 50. At the
Mm-hmm.
end of the month, if you collected 50 pips a day, granted you might have lost a couple times, lost here and there, but as long as your your reward outweighs your risk, you're always going to be good. That's the
Mm-hmm.
beautiful part of trading. Trading isn't gambling or anything like that. It's literally your risk to reward aspect. As long as your stop loss isn't as big as your take profit, you're always going to be golden. And
Mm,
the way the way I trade, I'll tell everybody my strategy isn't 100%, but you can be 100%. And some
mm,
people look at that like, bro, what are you talking about? Basically, no strategy is 100%. But there's going to be days where you don't need to take a trade. And if you don't take a trade, you won. That's why I say you could be 100%. You can be very selective when you decide to trade, how often you trade, what strategy you use, and when do you use that strategy.
okay.
Versus you trying to catch every move in the book because you see this pair is going crazy, this pair is going crazy, this pair is going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason for that. That can confuse you, overwhelm your mind. You really would like to learn one pair, master that one pair. Learn one strategy, master that one strategy.
Mm-hmm.
And by knowing when to look at the markets, like I literally, bro, I can every day at 9:30. That's literally it. 9:30. You see this? 9:30 right here. Well, right here. You see this? She sold again. Like, bro, I could literally go back and show you 9:30 every single day, and it's gonna never fail you.
Facts.
Like even on this day when it's a sloppy day. Like this day, this is one of them days where I would have stayed out the market just because it's a lot of sloppy momentum. You see your EMAs aren't spread out the way that I usually like them to be,
Mm-hmm.
and you see prices inside the Asian range. So it's not telling me what direction it's going to go to. Not clear enough for me to understand. But you see what I was saying, how if it's under the Asian range, I'm gonna sell that motherfucker. Because look, price tried to come up to this high or to this Asian high, and it didn't make it
Mm-hmm.
back up there. Once it didn't make it back up there, that lets me know that this is a clear move to sell. And if it don't make it up to that Asian high, it's gonna come back down to the Asian low. it never fails. That's just how it works. I don't know
Okay.
why, but that's market structure for you. That's literally knowing what price action is going to do, knowing what
Hmm.
the market movers are trying to do, and just faking you out and shit like that. Is all this making sense to you too? Because I'll tell people I don't have a very much in-depth understanding of the markets outside of me just back testing and learning it from back testing. What we're doing right now is back testing. So this is what I'm gonna help you learn to do. And there's more that comes into back testing. But before I even teach you all that, I'm literally gonna help before we end this call, I'm gonna go over how to set up each one of these EMAs so that way
Hmm.
you can set it up for your chart. And then after that, I'm not even going to teach you about quarter points today. My main concern is for you to just look at this 930 candlestick every single day. I
Hmm.
want you to back test as much as you can and just look at this 930 candlestick. And when I say look at it how it follows your EMAs. What does your MACD show you? And then what does your Asian range tell you? So that's what, my main concern for you is going to be learning that for now. Because
Okay.
it builds your confidence to know, all right, he's not lying. 930, every day at 930, every day at 930, every day at 930.
Hmm. So,
Like
I
I'm
mean, so, go ahead.
good. Nah, you go ahead, boss. You can interrupt me at any time.
Okay, same kind of like question, but it's similar. So the Asian range is the box, right? So when a wick got close to that top line, it closed down, and it means they're selling. So you already brought before then, right? Or
Um,
you,
I
yeah,
wouldn't have. So
you would have
I would have
brought afterwards.
I would have sold.
Okay,
So this candlestick right here is when I first would have started looking at the charts. But
okay.
because of where it is, it's right here at this EMA, which
Mm-hmm.
is the 55, I would have waited. I would have waited until this candlestick closed. If I wasn't confident in this trade, I'd
Mm-hmm.
waited for this candlestick to close just because she's above the 50. She did go above the 55 at one point in time. And by her going above the 55, that does kind of make you a little weary. But since she never made it to the top, she never made it up here. If she
Mm-hmm.
doesn't break your previous highs, which is another thing I'll teach you and explain to you the more we go. The more you go, the more you learn, it'll start to make a little more sense, and it'll be broken down in each individual steps. But
Mm-hmm.
since it didn't make it up here, I would have sold,
Mm-hmm.
and I probably would have sold up here because if you bring out the quarter points, which is institutional levels, they're gonna show you like, hey, look, it was a good area to sell from.
Mm-hmm.
Because this little range, this is a major quarter point. And it never made it to that major quarter point.
Right.
But we won't even go over quarter points yet. So yeah, with
I'm
this
questioning you. Uh,
uh,
Yeah, so I'm following your boss. I mean, so I'm looking at that point where you say, well, it actually just moved above that yellow line, that 50 point, day moving average.
mm-hmm,
And essentially, if that blue candlestick is mean buyers, right? And if it moved over that and you would have brought right there, and then so once the candlestick went below that, or so after,
where as
that
far as
makes,
right here.
yeah, I'm asking you that pretty
So
much.
this candlestick right here, yes, that's buyers. But since it's already sellers, you know, it's how do I explain this? That's actually a good question. Um, this candlestick right here is at 915.
Mm-hmm.
That lets me know that buyers are active, especially because of how big it is. That's a big ass engulfing candle on the 15 minute.
Right.
So yes, if you could have bought right here at exactly 930, you could have bought and you would have made a good 65 pips before it reversed on you. But the overall trend was a sell already.
Mm, okay.
So since it was already selling, like I'm gonna keep selling it because all this blue candlestick did was give me a pullback. What is a pullback? You see that it's been selling, 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 and then
Right.
this candlestick bought up. That lets me know, like, look, it's a sell momentum, but
Right.
price just can't fall forever. And the same thing with buying. Price can't just buy forever. You got to have pullbacks. And those pullbacks are where you get your entries at. So you wouldn't have sold right here because it's already at its low. You wait for it to come back, which is what it did right here, and you sell at 930. You
Okay.
wait for, and even at 930, you don't want to sell directly at 930 because you would have got trapped in this big ass 65 pip, wick right here. So instead of you selling exactly 930, you just wait for it to either break this high right here,
Right.
or as you see right here, it couldn't go up to that high, so you sell it from that high, and vice versa down here. You see how it came all the way to this wick,
Mm-hmm.
or this wick came all the way down here to that blue candle,
Facts.
or
Mm-hmm.
this blue area. That's the low. It didn't break it, so you buy from down here.
Mm,
And
that
if you would
makes
have
sense.
bought from down there, that's 300 and some change pips. So that
Oh
with
man, it's incredible.
that could be a $3,000 day. It could be a $300 day. It just depends on your account size. But that's a payday no matter what.
I see. That's pretty easy. Well, how you explain it, I feel much more confident how you explain it, bro. Like it does sit to me well. Um, Take a little bit about myself. I have I'm actually a jeweler. Like I'm in jewelry.
Okay,
And
that's what's
so
up.
I'm a goldsmith. So like I travel a lot and shit like New York City and things of that nature. Um, Essentially, my mindset was just to kind of start off, let's trade to get thousands per, what I mean, whatever it was going to be. My mindset was,
Mm-hmm.
because I have lost a lot of money, I've won a lot of money, I've been involved with so much stuff in my entire life, like yourself. Fast money makes sense, and just being part of people, like something not like this, but being part of things like in the same regard of learning things. But this right here is more of it makes a lot more sense what I'm seeing, how you explained it, like coming in at 9:30 and having the colors being what it is, having the green being London and the Asian, and everything makes sense. New York, I mean, say, and keeping it organized and structured and structuring your whole platform to keep that same pattern. Because the overall, you just showed me, it's definitely a more of a descending market in a sense. You know what I mean? So if you
Mm-hmm.
wait and buy when it at its very low point of that blue line, once it goes over that little blue line, what's at the top, you really can sell right there and you're gonna be good. This takes patience, like
Exactly.
you said.
It takes
Yeah.
patience. And I don't have a lot of patience, so that's why I like this one pair. And that's why I really have taken the time to learn when does it move the best? When can I predict price the easiest? When is
Mm,
it? Because trading is all about patterns, and anything you do in life is about consistency. And
mm,
the best thing, any mentor, any millionaire that I've ever talked to, they've all told me, get a routine and stick to it.
mm.
You get a routine and you stick to that routine will make you $1 million the more you study that one routine.
Facts.
It's not about, and even my friends, a few of my friends that are just very, very successful, they'll say this: I'd rather you read one book or one page 1,000 times than you read a book of a 300-page book one time. Because if
Mm,
you read that one book that one page 1,000 times, you can read that one page verbatim without having to ever look at that book. But
mm,
if you only read those 300 pages one time each, you may only know a handful of knowledge from each and every page, rather than you knowing explicitly what this one page is going to detail from the very beginning to the very end. That is
mm,
when you can say you're educated and you've mastered it, because that one page you've already known everything about. You literally could probably ride a bike with that one page,
mm.
study it over and over and over and over again.
That makes a lot of sense.
That's it. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure you've had that same kind of experience with jewelry. you know, you didn't offer it. You may have not had the best sales experience, but the more you did it, the same thing, the more you did the same thing, the better you get. You might have had to change your approach up a little bit. But once
Mm-hmm.
you've got an approach that works, I know I'm pretty sure you probably got a routine now.
Mm. Yeah, with that process, I mean, I'm just getting started. Like I have really good talent though, and I enjoy doing it.
Hmm.
So, but but I love doing this. So like my mindset was to have a good business strategy. I'm confident that it'll be super successful this year. But
That's
main
it.
thing is, yeah, I just want to be able to harness and I love like patterns. Like this shit, what you're showing me, bro. Like these things I actually will sit up and do on my free time. Not saying like like just to learn shit like this. This is fun.
Hmm.
And so for me, even though it's part of work, it's part of like okay, get down to a science. Like you said, like if you look over this thing a fucking thousand times straight, you're gonna eventually catch on to every little ebb and flow of its, a southern market or the bear market, or is it like
Hmm.
surging a bull market? And and that's what's the key. I have I have actually invested in crypto already.
Oh
Um,
yeah, that's dope then.
yeah, I have made like only just 10,000 off the shit, man. That happened like last year. When I put like 650 and something around March and it went crazy, but I'm still investing into it. Uh, on this platform, can I trade that as well, or can I not?
What, crypto?
Yeah.
Yep. So we actually have one of my good friends, Tyrone, who is also the other side of my business partner, that who
Mm-hmm.
pretty much runs the chats with me. He's been doing a lot of personal things, so he hasn't really been too active in the chat, but he is the crypto specialist. So if you want to learn how to trade crypto and actually trade it on MT4 the way we trade, he will be the person to go to. So I'll get up with him and let him know that you're interested in crypto, and I'll tell him to contact you. He's just like everybody else. He knows everybody in the chats. We all Dante, Jordan, we're all good friends. We all know each other. We don't know each other personally, but we
Right.
know each other, through various different sources, through a guy named Jim. So it's pretty dope to have met a lot of people, and now I know you, bro. You know what I mean? And this is a relationship that I will carry on for a lifetime, bro. Because people with like minds like this, I like to be around people like that. You know,
Mm.
because of the simple fact that we're all young. We're young as fuck. So if we're out here getting into the muscle now, imagine what life is gonna be like in about 4 or 5 years when we all are master traders and now we're fucking out here driving Mercedes and Bentleys and McLarens and Lamborghinis, and now we're hosting big ass meetups and things like that.
Oh man.
So that's why I like to interact with people and get to know people, because that's the goal. The goal is not to have a circle full of stupid motherfuckers. The goal is to have a circle full of active hustlers that all
Facts.
have skill sets of some sort and are out here making fucking buku money. That's all it is. Like if we decide that we want to hop on an airplane, we can go hop on a plane. You know what I mean? If we decide we want to fucking go to the strip club, we can go to the strip club. If we decide we
Mhm.
want to fucking smoke a pound of weed in a day, we can smoke a pound of weed in a day. Whatever floats our boat, we can
Mhm.
do because we're financially blessed. That is my main reason for trading, and that's what I want to bring from trading and give to other people.
Man, I'm
Um,
definitely trading this shit though. Like, what you showing me right now? I'm fucking with this. Like, I'm totally involved. Like, I'm messing. I can trade other things, but like, I learned that crypto trading and stuff with Tyrone as well. But what you're doing right here, I really digested well thus far.
Good,
You
good, bro. And I'm telling you, it's the more you study it, the better it's gonna get, the easier it's gonna get. And once before this call in, like I said, I'm gonna help you set up your screen like this. That way, once you set it up, you go to your charts. All right, bet. What did he show me? And I'm also gonna send you this recording of this call so that way you can go back and rewatch this call. You
yeah,
know, it's just so many different things that you can do, and I just think this is the simplest one to do. And then you add crypto. I'm gonna have my man hit you up about the crypto side, So that way you can learn about crypto, whether it's long-term investments, short-term investments, however you want to do it. You know,
Mm,
we'll show you that. That's what we want to do at Freedom Runners. It's we want to bring that balance to people's life. We want to enter freedom for you guys and help you guys get free. You know, whether you're just trying to catch freedom because you don't want to work a job, or whether you're just trying to get free so that way you can own a business, or if you're like me, who I just want to be free because I don't want to have to do nothing with life. I like to smoke weed and lay in bed. you
fact,
know,
righteous.
that's it. You know, that's my life. That's what I love to do. I literally love to do nothing. Sounds
Mm.
crazy, but that's me. You know what I mean? I enjoy that shit.
That's real, man. I
Yeah, you know what
mean,
I mean?
I
I'm
mean,
honest.
shit. Yeah, yeah. I mean, fuck. I had smoked so much this past year. I mean, this past year was a rough year for me actually. It was a good year in some cases of my business and things I've learned, things I traveled and did so much with jewelry. But last year I actually lost my child.
Oh
I
man,
lost
I'm sorry to hear that, bro.
yeah. I lost a 6 month twin baby girl. The mother was on some shit, bro. Like she lost it. She suffocated my baby. Suffocation. So like from that space, it happened on March 9th. You know, I still take care of her, you know, and the children. I'm not with her, obviously. But from that point on, you know, just I stay focused. Like I said before, I've been big on meditation for like since age 5, bro. So me to stay and maintain who I am, you know, seeing people that want to see me do this shit, move forward. I kind of went ahead and double down on that process. And
Oh yeah.
yeah, I just wanted I mean I'm sorry, I want impact. You know, it starts with being free in all levels.
Oh yeah,
And
definitely.
you feel
Definitely,
me?
bro.
We here, bro. Like 1000%. I'm with you. I'm with the whole team, and yeah,
That's what's
yeah.
up, bro, man.
In that
To keep
podcast
it
number 22.
and you know, doing that podcast and getting your story out there, you know, so that way people that are in similar positions as you know that it's okay. You know, it's gonna be okay. So I think that's what's up for real because I don't think people, black men, I should say, we don't know how to challenge or we don't know how to hold on to those emotions that we have. We don't know how to channel those emotions. And that's why like I want to get into meditation because it helps you be at peace, at peace with your decisions, at peace with life, and mentally helping, you know, because, you know, a little backstory on me as well. I grew up in foster care. You know, I spent 13 years of my life in foster care um, from the age of 5 to 18. So I did a lot of bullshit. A lot of things have happened in that time frame of me being in foster care to where I'm at now. You know,
Mm,
I'm a 4-time felon. You know, so there's a lot of things that I can't do in life because of that, which is the reason why I started trading was because I was a felon and I couldn't find jobs like that. So it was just easier to learn a skill set that would pay me without having to go get a job. I do work now, work at a warehouse just because I'd be bored as shit at night, so there's nothing else to do. So why not go get a couple extra dollars? I'm only 24, so it's not like I'm gonna die tomorrow. And if I do to die tomorrow, I've already set everything up for my family. So
mm,
that's one thing about me, you know. I don't let what's happened in my life interfere with what I believe is my purpose, what was
mm.
set for me, and what is my calling. You know, so it's I continue to go. And a similar situation to that, to what happened to your son or your
My daughter.
daughter.
Yeah.
My brother, my older brother, he pretty much suffocated his son in what 2021? No, 2020. Yeah, 2020. He was a pretty much he was a dope addict. He was strung out on dope and he fell asleep with his daughter or his son in his hand and he leaned over and suffocated the baby to death. Um, Craziest thing in the world. So, you know,
Mm,
I can understand you know, what you're talking about in a sense. Like I didn't lose a child, but I lost my nephew. And that nephew was somebody I seen every single day, all day. So it took a burden on me. So I understand some of your pain, not all of it, but I can I can understand it. So, you know what I mean? I just like to tell people, no matter your story, you have a purpose. And trading is, to me, trading isn't for everybody, but it's for anybody.
Mm,
Anybody who's willing to learn it and put that time in, it's for them. Anybody who doesn't, then that's why I say it's not for everybody. Some people don't want to do it. It's a lot of work that comes into this. But that's why I want the way I trade. I feel like it's the easiest way to learn. If it's going to require you doing the back testing and the work behind the scenes.
mm.
Because
I'm seeing this is right there. I'm sorry, cut you off. The part where the 930, I'm assuming the little orange line bar, uh, in the very center is over the Asian box you have there, right? So you would do the same method. You would buy at the the lowest point, I'm assuming, the wick being down there, and you would sell at the highest one, right? It
yep.
would Will you wait, or will you just take the picks at whatever how much it is, or will you wait longer?
So it depends. I have a set goal each day. So
Mm,
each day I've won 100 pips, or in US 30 terms, it's 1,000 pips. So I won 1,000 pips
okay.
a day.
Fact.
The lot size I use, 1,000 pips a day, it can net me anywhere from 1,000 to $2,000 a day. I risk
Mm,
$200 to $300 a day. So my risk to reward outweighs myself. I always risk 20 to 30 pips to get 100 pips. You know,
man.
every single day. That's it. I don't want nothing else. If I get 100 pips, I'm happy, just because I trade with a 10 to 20K account. So if I trade with a
Okay.
10 to 20K account with 100 pips a day, that's giving me roughly between 1,000 to $2,000 a day, and that's almost 10 to 15% of the account. If I can catch,
Mm,
10 to 15% a day, that's golden, you know,
mm,
um,
mm,
versus, or if I decide to go the 100K route, if I can catch 3% a day in a 10 and 100K account, that's $3,000 a day. I only need 30 pips to do that. So if I can train myself to catch 100 pips, not worried about the dollar amount, but worried about the pip count. If I
mm,
focus on the consistency of that, it doesn't matter what size account you trade with, because 100 pips is 100 pips. It doesn't matter
mm.
if the account size is $1 million. The only thing that changes is that dollar amount. But
Oh,
the pip count does not change one bit. Keep it
mm,
at
I like
100. You know, really, I like to tell people 50 pips. At 50 pips, take partials. So take half. That way you pay yourself. You can never go broke paying yourself. And that's one thing, you know, you will learn. But you can't go broke if you continue to pay yourself every day. And not necessarily you pay yourself from your bank account, but make sure your account balance is going up every day. You can never go broke taking money. Don't ever feel like you missed a trade. Don't ever feel like you're missing out. Don't ever feel like you can't take a trade.
it.
Always, always, always know that if you have a set goal, once you hit that goal, close your laptop and go enjoy your day.
Mm,
Don't try to catch any more because you think there's more in the market. No. Worry about on the pip amount. Worry about how many pips you catch a day. You know, that's what I've been trying to tell people. A lot of people, they're bomb ass traders, but they're trading 1,000 different pairs. Like, look at this. If I'm trading these three pairs right here, if I want to trade gold, that means I have to make sure I leave. If I lose, I got to leave enough room for me from US 30. You know what I mean? And with funded accounts, you can only lose about a certain amount per day, and which is 5%. You only lose 5% a day. So if I'm risking 2% per trade, that means I'm risking 4% a day. Why would I risk 4% a day when one might lose and one might win? Versus if I just risk 2 to 3% on one trade a day, it
mm-hmm.
gives me more, probability of winning. especially if I'm back testing to know why I took these false moves, why I took these buys, why I took these sells, and then explain to myself, if I lost, why did I lose? You know, if I won, why did I win? And it helps you build that confidence in your mind that you need. It's like with gold. I've back tested gold probably 1,000 times. I could tell you every single day. Look at all these quarter points here. And I haven't looked at gold in probably about 6 months. But these are just there because they've been there. But I don't have a need to look at gold no more because US 30 has made me probably, and I don't brag, but a good 50K in the past 6 to 7 months. If
Mm-hmm.
I got one pair paying me 50 to 60K a month in a time frame of 6 to 7 months, why would I need another pair? You know what I mean? Why not focus all my time on this one pair? And my win, bro, my winning rate, I went on a 4 month winning streak, meaning I didn't lose one day in those 4 months, not
Oh,
one day. And
oh,
then it's,
incredible.
bro, it was ridiculous. Like, and I just got re-humbled. I'm not gonna lie, I just got humbled 2 weeks ago. Well, for the past 2 weeks, I got humbled. Not last week. Last week, my first successful winning streak again. But the beginning of the year, you know, the first week of the year, I had beautiful numbers. And then the following 2 weeks after that, I lost every day. Like, I'm talking about, bro, I just couldn't win. Like, there was no winning for me. At 2 weeks straight of no wins, bro. And it blew my mind because I was like, yo, I just had a 4 month winning streak.
Hmm.
What happened? You know, there's no reason why I just lost. Like in
Right.
those 4 months, I've lost trades, but I did not lose a single day. So
Right.
for me to have two weeks straight losses, it kind of blew my confidence, bro. I'm not gonna lie, it blew my confidence. So what did I have to do? I had to go back and study. I had to go back and, you know, analyze myself and tell myself like, yo, what are you doing? What is wrong? What is fucking up? So that way, you know, what I'm doing now with you, back
Mm-hmm.
testing. That's what I did. I went back and back tested. I pull up my phone, my entries, and see, hey, look, man, why did you take this entry? Why did you take this entry? Did this line up with your strategy? If it didn't line up with your strategy, then why did you take it? You know, human errors are why I take bad entries a lot of times because we're human. You know, as human, we're gonna do some stupid shit sometimes. But we can correct these human errors if we remain patient, if we, you know, focus on why we lost and understand that it's okay to lose, but now we got to understand why we lost. But
Mm-hmm.
not just why we lost, also understand why did we win,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So you put those together, bro, you're golden. I'm telling you, it's crazy. And just like this, I'm gonna tell you right now, gold. I don't trade gold, but I could tell you every day between 8 o'clock, so 7 a.m. your time, and 8 a.m. my time, you're gonna get between, I'm gonna say 7 a.m. to 7:30 your time, 8 a.m. to 8:30 my time. That's when gold moves the best. So you see, 8 o'clock or 7 a.m. for you is exact as soon as this red hits. As soon as red starts, that is 8 o'clock. You
Mm-hmm.
know, that's the beginning of New York session. That's what that red signal by 8:30. Look at this, bro. This is gonna, you can either, you know, catch it from the top, the bottom up, and go get some crazy amount of pips. Because even 200 pips with gold, bro, that flips an account. That's gonna flip your an account.
So
That's
what,
gonna. You said what?
like, depending on how much I'm putting into the account?
Yeah, depending on what your account size is, bro. 200 pips on gold is flipping your account, bro. Especially all it takes is the right lot size. You got the right lot size, bro. You're golden. I'm talking about you're golden, golden, golden. You ain't even gonna care about nothing else. Damn, you're gonna be golden.
I'm doing gold then.
You know what I
I
mean?
mean, I
You could
buy
do.
pure gold. I love this shit. I actually take pure gold every day for my diet, man.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, man, I love gold.
That's beautiful. You know what I mean? That's so I'm gonna show you gold and I'm gonna show you US 30. And then basically you're gonna just whichever one you like the best, bro. because the strategy is the same. The only difference is the time. You know what I mean? But the strategy is exactly the same. The Asian range. I'm looking at the Asian range, and that's it. You know what I mean? That's literally what I'm looking at.
You see that?
Like for this day, the Asian range is, you know, still this little black area. London session is right here. Then you got boom, you got the New York session. So 8 o'clock is when you're gonna have your best entry, or 7 o'clock for you. Now, based off of this, you just have to figure out what works best for you. You know what I mean? But yeah, this definitely works. This day was a little sloppy, but you could have made this entry based off of this London session. You see all this consolidation during London session. That lets you know that, hey, look, man, she can't drop. There's no dropping going. There's nowhere she can go. And that's at a major quarter point. That's at 1837, which is a major quarter point. You know, we'll talk about that as well once, you know, we go over the quarter point side of it. But you see how this shit, it couldn't break this zone right here. Coming in, you know, coming into London or New York session, same thing happened. You know, she came down here, but she could not come and break this level. You know, there's no reason why you would be selling that. Until she breaks this level, you would never sell that. You would continue to buy. And that's exactly what happened right here. She tried to retest this level. Right, this candlestick right here. That's where you buy at. You buy right here.
On the blue, right?
Yep, on this blue. Bro, that day right there, this day would have paid your life. Like, bro, if you had student loans, this would have paid your student loans off.
I mean, Pill said this, man. I can't tell.
You know what I mean? Like, just like once you get your strategy and get your confidence up, bro, when I say these moves are going to start paying for your student loans or pay for your freedom, they're going to pay for you to have fun. Just like this way. This setup is the same way. Look at this setup. Check this out. You see this? It couldn't make it to the low. So you buy. What did this one do? This one couldn't make it to the high. So you sell. You see how easy that is, shit, bro?
Yeah, that's short.
Bro, that is literally simple. And look, it happened at the same time. This happened at 8:30 when it couldn't make it up to this high. This happened at 8:15. So between 8 and 8:30, 7 and 7:30 for you. And I'm gonna show you this again. This ain't just no 2-day shit. Nah, look at this shit, bro.
Facts.
I'm about to show you this shit again. Let me show you. Boom. Look at this. So you see at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, first you see this W form. What is a W? A W lets you know that the buyers are active. Boom, boom, boom. And I'll start sending you over different information about that. You know, so coming in at 8 o'clock, we see, first off, we see this W. Once you see the W, you're in your mind, you're like, all right, buyers are coming, right? Now, how could we have caught this with it being a little sloppy? Once it breaks outside of the Asian range like this right here, when it breaks outside of it, until it breaks back inside. So you see here, it came close, you're still selling it because it's below your EMAs. Boom, you're still selling it. Here, you're still selling it because it came right back to your Asian low, but it respected it. So you could have called it easy, 200 pips off of this one candlestick off of the Asian range. But now you come in at 8 o'clock, you see now she's inside of your 55 and your 20. And once you see she didn't break your 20, you can take your entry from right here. Even though she's underneath your Asian range, she's already respected it once, and she's already let you know based off of the pattern in the market she's made that she's buying. You know what I mean?
Right.
Does that make sense?
Right. I see that.
Okay. So if you don't have the confidence to take this entry right here, once she closes inside of that Asian range right here, and she closed above that 55, you buy it right there.
For sure.
Because that lets you know, hey, there's a reversal coming. There's no more. She's not selling no more. And guess what time that is? That's at 8:15.
It'd be 7:15 my time, right?
And off of that move, let me make sure. Yeah, off of that move, you know, from the Asian low to the Asian high, that's 500 pips. That's a day's paycheck.
Oh
Now,
man.
I can, bro, I'm telling you, I keep going back and forth and just show you this so that way, you know, you learn. And this is this is how you back test. This is how you're going to build your confidence to start knowing, all right, boo, every day at 8 o'clock. Look at this. You see, for London session, oh shit. You see, for London session, she's below the Asian range, but she's also at a quarter point. So if she doesn't break this quarter point coming into the session, then you're gonna be looking for buys. Now look at this shit right here. She didn't break it. Once she breaks back inside this Asian range, which what she
Mm-hmm.
did right here at 7:30, come, you know, 8:45, boom. Yeah, she's in this first 8 o'clock candlestick. If this 8 o'clock candlestick didn't close below this range right here, I'm gonna keep looking for buys, which is exactly what happened at 8:15.
And when you say looking for buys, you mean people gonna, well, the candlestick gonna go up as if people buying it, right? Right?
Yep.
Are you
Yes,
okay?
I'm gonna be buying that motherfucker. So you're gonna be looking for it to go up for blue. You know what I mean?
Buys.
And
Kill
if
it.
you did if you bought this at 8:15, in 30 minutes you caught 710 pips.
God damn.
Your account is flipped, bro. You know what I mean? Or you're having like a $700 day, whichever one is you pick your poison for real.
Pick your poison, dude. I
However
like
you
that.
want to do it. I mean, like, bro, I'm telling you, I'm gonna do a couple more, and then we're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna help you set up your charts and whatnot.
I don't have a laptop yet. I'm gonna buy that tomorrow.
I bet. So what you could do is, we'll hop on another call tomorrow or sometime this week, and you know, whenever you get a chance, we'll set up the charts that way. Um, and I'll send you this video over as soon as it's done processing, so you could just rewatch the video. You know what I mean? And get get familiarized with it. Don't feel like you're rushed if you don't want to buy the laptop yet either. Don't feel like you're rushed either. Um, a lot of the information is you could get the information first and then get the laptop to apply it. So don't feel rushed and buy the laptop if you don't want to buy it just yet. Um, there is
Yeah, I'll
no
buy
rush. You
it.
know what I mean? We'll figure it out. You know what I mean? Because everybody, I don't know your situation. I don't know what you got going on. So I'd
Yeah,
rather you like.
I mean, I feel pretty good, man. Like this is what I do. I mean, I don't have no nervousness. I'm not concerned about money. I'm gonna invest into this laptop. It's nothing I'm not even concerned about. It's gonna not gonna. I'm just confident. You know, I'm
It's gonna
learning what
make you
you're showing.
money.
Yeah, I'm confident. I'm seeing what you're showing me, and I'm learning this shit, man. And it's not like it's, you know, it's self-explanatory, bro. I'll be honest with you. Like, you know, you showing me pretty well. You damn good mentor. You know, it's been very informative. I appreciate that, bro. Like, I mean, it's, you know, from my understanding, once I get this shit set up, how you have got this stuff set up, I'm good to go. You know what I mean?
I think you are, bro. And the hardest part is going to be the back testing. You know, to waiting. I'm really not even the back testing. The hardest part is waiting. You know what I mean? Literally waiting.
Damn, that's crazy.
Look at
Like,
this shit.
God.
Yeah, bro. You see, and exactly. Look at this. Every
Yeah,
day it's going to be the same exact place. You're just looking at eight between 7:45 or 6:45 and 7 for you. You're gonna see some crazy shit. So look at this. At 8:15, if you would have bought at 8:15 on the dot, look at this shit right here.
oh man.
Look at that. That number right there. That's
Oh
with the babyest lot size. That's $1,000 a day.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And look at how this is. It's above the Asian range. It's above your 55.
Mm,
There's no reason to be selling.
right.
You know what I mean? There's no reason to be selling. If you're selling, you just want to lose money. And even here, look at this. At exactly 8 o'clock, you know, she respected the 55. You can sell that bitch at exactly 8 o'clock. You know, the way she is, you see that 1, 2, 3 candlesticks have respected its 55. That 55 is also at the Asian range low, or it's kind of at the Asian range low, not all the way.
Mm-hmm.
So this day would have been a little tricky, but it is, bro. Once your confidence is up to know that she's below this 55, sell that bitch. That one 15-minute candle right here would have paid you $750.
One question on the sale. I will wait till it goes way below that Asian range, right, and then sell. Right?
So it depends. You
When I
can,
brought it.
yes, you could have waited for it to close outside of here, but depending on what time it is and if there was any news, it might have not waited for you. You know what I mean? Because sometimes depending on what time frame you're on, you like this right here. This is what we call a fake out. So you see she sold a lot, but she never this one candlestick, once she came back, she would have clapped you. You know what I mean? This would have been a losing day if you would have sold after this big ass sell. You know what I mean? Because the very next yeah. Like, or even if you got in here, this candlestick
Perfect.
went over 200 pips. That is still a very solid day. So yeah, if you would have waited for this, oh, she's selling. All right, bet. Let me wait till 8:15. Bet I'm gonna sell. You would have still had a very good day. It would have been no 3, 4, 5 pip, 100 pip day. But that's why I say, go for 100 pips a day. 100 pips a day is gonna solve your problems. All you got to do is consistently keep growing, keep studying, keep back testing, keep learning it. Just like this day right here. This was a very sloppy day. You had no movement. But guess what? This was a holiday, January 17th. So you're never going to have a lot of movement on holidays. Same thing here. What happened? You got this long ass wick. Let me show you. Coming into London session or Asian session. Well, coming into London session, you see what happened. She dropped. Now, coming into New York session, you see a W form. Boom, boom, boom. She couldn't break this Asian low. There's, bro, if you are selling this, you're on crack. Even if you got in at 8:15 or 8 o'clock on the dot, you only went negative about 10 pips to catch 600 pips. You know what I mean? That risk to reward is beautiful.
It's crazy.
And I think you get it at this point in time. Exactly 8 o'clock every single day. It's never gonna fail you, bro. Never gonna fail you. And what we're doing, and I'm not even gonna hold you, bro. I might have to add this to my stuff because I haven't traded, bro. I haven't traded gold in so long, but I'm sitting here looking at it like, yo, this shit is too easy not to trade. I'm like, damn.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's way ridiculous. So I might have to get back to adding this to my.
Hello? You still there?
Hello?
Hello?
Speaker. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sound better.
All right, my fault. My damn thing fucking went crazy. But yeah, I'm thinking about I might have to add this back into my list. Because look at it. This shit's just too easy.
It is ridiculous, man.
And this is why I say patterns every day at 8 between 8 and 8:15, even or 8:30. I mean, even this one,
What? Damn.
Like some days are easier than others, but the consistency is really what's going to be playing a factor. Because you see, all right, bet she's inside the Asian range, and you see, all right, she didn't make it back up to the Asian range at 8:15. But guess what? You see these the EMAs crossed right here, And at 8:30, what she do? They come and retest the EMAs before they go crazy. That's easy. So if you miss this buy, you can always get in at 9, 9:30. Those are always going to be good areas as well. So you're always going to, with gold, the best movement starts at between 7 and 7:30. But if you miss the ideal movement, that 7 to 7:30, you can always wait till 8, 8:30, just like US 30, because bond opening is going to be able to give you more clarification for what's going to happen for the rest of the day. You know what I mean? And if your original entry would be golden, or if it's going to be, either fuck you over and then just like this day, the move happened at 9:30. You know what I mean? Like you could have caught this nice sell, but the best move happened at 9:30. So those be the best times to be in, between 8 or 7:30, 7 and 7:30, and 8 and 8:30 and 8:45. It's like here, you see, she made it to the top of this agent range, right? And she couldn't break it. Now, coming in at 8 o'clock, what happened? She tried to make it back up to the top of the agent range, but she couldn't make it. So you sell that bitch right there. Sell that bitch. And that's a $600 day. But the way I'm gonna teach you, this is why, I be wishing I was able to teach Jordan and Dante and all of them, because I really believe they be in their own way with trading. A lot of times, they hold themselves back because of over analysts, thinking too much. And that's really going to play a factor with you over if, that's why I say you meditate. So you're already not too much into your mind. Like you can be overthinking,
Exactly.
but you're pretty much going to be at peace when you come into these, and if you meditate and you do it often, that might be one thing to do before you start trading every day. Meditate, because you want to come in with an empty mind and a clear head.
Man, bro, I meditated earlier. Some of the best. I mean, I meditate for over like every day. I meditate twice a day.
That's
And
beautiful.
I would never. It feels uncomfortable lay in my bed and go to bed before meditating. It's uncomfortable for me. So that's how much I've been ingraining, and it's been a regimen for years, since age 5, bro. So I'm very at peace with going to the store tomorrow, buying me a laptop, going over this like amazing like recording, and just checking my boxes, checking my queues, and logging on, get prepared for 7 o'clock a.m. tomorrow. It's a Sunday, so maybe I may wait till Monday, 7
Yeah.
o'clock.
Yeah,
And
markets are open. Markets close on the weekend.
that's what I heard. And so from your teaching, and your poise, you're very poised about it. Like you're actually backtracking on gold right now, and you kind of becoming enlightened from that space. You're very enlightened me to be even more like, okay, this is what I should be getting into. This is where I'm gonna log on to 7 a.m. in the morning just to see what the market is doing.
Mm.
And one question, the Asian line. How you make the Asian line? Like, does you?
This Asian range right here.
Yeah, how you make that?
So when we hop on a call and I can show you I can help you set up your charts. It's automatic. Once you add this green, this indicator called sessions D on the chart.
Okay.
Once you add that indicator, it's pretty much automatically going to be there. So all you got to do is go over here to this box on our left. It's a tool, and you'll star it and things like that, so that way you don't got to go look for it. You just press that, and now you just boom, you click the high. So you see the high of the black. When is the highest of the black area? Hold on, let me do it with you right quick.
Okay.
But all right, so we'll click over here. We get our rectangle. Now we look right here. All right, bet this is the highest point of when it was in the black, and this is the lowest. Boom, and then you just stretch it all the way over, and now that's your zone. The high, this is the low, that's the high. You know what I mean? And then boom, now you're just trading with it like that. So, it just having this black area, it makes it easier to identify that, versus if I take this black area off, now
it's really difficult.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Now I got to go look for the times at the bottom. Like, watch this. I got to go down here. I got to be like, all right, bet. The agent range is between 5 p.m. and 2:45 a.m. So now I got to go right here and find, all right, this is 2:45. Bet. So that's the start of it. Then I got to go all the way over here and be like, all right, bet. This is 5 p.m. So this is where it started at over here, or 6
Mhm.
p.m. because you see that from the markets close at 5, for session breaks. The market closes, I forget what it's called because I haven't traded at that time in so long, I've really forgot. But as you see, you know what I mean? Why do that when if I just add that right there, it's gonna make the agent range for me. Now all I gotta do is box it out.
Oh man, that's blessings, man.
You
I
know,
love structure, bro.
bro, I look, man, I am a black man from America. You know, I like to keep this shit simple. I'm
Right.
not trying to overcomplicate this. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not these white men. I'm not a white man that works at on Wall Street. So I'm not trying to learn these big ass names. No, keep this shit simple so that way I can teach it to the rest of my brothers and sisters. And I ain't gotta overcomplicate this thing to try to make y'all act white. I don't want to do that.
Mm,
Let me, you know what I mean? I done went through the hard part of having to learn this shit like the white people. It's hard as fuck, bro, because they'll throw a whole bunch of terminologies at you that you don't even know. You'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? What does that even mean?
mhm.
What is a fucking, I don't even fucking know, bro, because I don't give a fuck about half that shit. I do give no fucks, bro. If it ain't making me money, why do I care?
Mm,
You know, like granted, yes, you can learn it if you want to, and it'll give you a little more confidence. But the only confidence me personally I need is what we're doing right now, back testing. If I can
mhm.
back test this and this shit works, why fix it?
Mm,
You know,
right.
why fix it? And if you want to fix it, by all means, you can fix it. But no need to do that. No need to do that. Like, bro, look at this shit right here. Let me show you this. And then we'll wrap it up, We'll wrap it up right after this one. But this is beautiful. You see this, all of this, right? It's sold and then it pulled back and then it's sold. Once she breaks inside of it, now you want to see when she comes back to touch this range, does she break underneath of it or does she break back above and keep going up? If she
Mhm.
breaks inside and then she comes and she respects this range and keeps going or respects it, like if this candlestick right here closed inside of here, I'd have been looking for it to come up here. But since she closed underneath of it, now you're looking for it to sell. So coming into London session or Asian session, right? I mean, New York, my fault. You see all of this.
Mhm.
You see this first candle, she cleared the lows. She cleared this low of the London. That lets you know, sell that bitch. As soon as 8 o'clock comes, sell that bitch, bro. Literally sell that bitch. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. She closed below this low. She closed below a quarter point. Sell that bitch. Catch your money. That's 400 pips. Let me show you.
So when you say sell that bitch, you mean that you're buying in at that point and then you're going for sale?
Yeah, so you would sell in at that point. You know what I mean? You would press the sell button on MT4. Um,
Okay. After okay. Facts.
we we'll go over all that shit, bro. Don't even worry about it. There's no such
That
thing as
sounds
a dumb
good.
question. So don't even if you got a question, don't ever think it's a dumb question either, bro. Ask your question. The only dumb question is a question under asked.
Yeah, because I mean, close the platform is I'm not familiar. So now you're telling me sell, it makes sense. So yeah, I get you.
Yep.
Perfect. And that's bread.
Bread, bro. Bread. Bread. I'm telling you, bro. I'm gonna take care of you, bro. Just know that. I'm gonna make sure you good. And I'm gonna make because I wish everybody would learn and make it this simple. But some people learn, and when they first learn, they learn from somebody who likes to make it he was a white man. His name is Jim. Most people learn how to trade from Jim. I learned how to trade from Jim. But when I first started learning from Jim, he would complicate shit because he would try to make me the white
Hmm.
man. He was trying to explain it to me like I was a white man. Bro, I grew up in the projects. I grew up where, people call everybody niggas all day. Niggas is
Right.
shooting each other all day. I grew up with a corner store down the block. You know what I mean? I that's the type of life I grew up in. So you're not going to be able to teach me like the white man. I'm not going to learn that way.
Mm-hmm.
I was a great student, but I always got in trouble. I was a good student because I know how to fit in with the white folks, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't operate like the white folks. It sounds crazy, but that's just me. That's just how I live my life, man. That's not me. It's crazy, but I just wouldn't operate that way. And I had to go find a different way to do it because I couldn't operate that way.
Mm.
Like, not that it doesn't work, but it doesn't work for me. You know what I mean? And I think that's what a lot of people fail to do is they don't find out what works for them. What works for one person may not work for another person.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much what that was. It didn't work for me. So I had to figure out a different way. And I found a mentor who he's from East Atlanta. And that's the dude from Sniper University. He's just a very humble dude, he doesn't make this shit complicated. And what he did, what I'm doing with you right now is what he did with me to learn this shit.
Oh man.
So it's dope to be able to, take what I've learned and now hand it over to other people in the simplest form possible. Because I don't think you realize what we just did. We just went through a whole month of back testing this one pair.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like we're looking at this day that I'm looking at January 4th, bro. It is January 30th. And
Wow.
we literally looked at every single day since, January 30th. This is what builds your confidence. Like, granted, if we were doing it in a depth back test, you would take notes on this and just to, have notes so that way you can go back and learn. But it's going to be in your mind, even now. It's going to be embedded in your brain. So that way, when you go look at it by yourself or go relook at this video, it's going to be like, damn, bro, he wasn't lying. He's really on some shit. Like, this nigga's a magic. This, bro, I'm telling you, you're going to think I'm a magician after a while because you're going to be like, damn, this shit crazy. It's so easy.
It's proven. I mean, you have convinced me. Like, I'm a kind of guy, man. And back in 2013, I had a dream, right, bro, about this African man. He showed me the numbers to play for a Powerball. I told this guy I want to play the Powerball. Teach me how to play roulette. He transferred me to a fucking place in Africa, bro, and he showed me the numbers to play on the roulette wheel. I wake up the next morning and I write these numbers down, and I go on my laptop and I'm observing the fucking roulette wheel. And I realized the numbers he showed me was numbers I lost every time on. And then I realized these numbers were numbers next to zero on both single zero and double zero. And I realized these numbers I always lose on. So I walked in the casino with my boy the same day. I put 650 down, bro. And I walked out there with 7,700.
That's a come up. Damn.
And I played every day for 2 weeks straight, and it won $3,200 every day with the same strategy, because I actually identified the fucking last 10 numbers on the roulette wheel before I played. So I know what area the ball was hitting around more than not. And I play a strategy, 5 spins or less. So if I get 5 hits straight, I'm gonna hit all the way through it, and I'm losing when I'm gone. If I win 3 after 5, I'm up. I'm a good man. I leave out the casino. And so it worked, man. And I played with quarters for the most part. I did play with blacks, which is like fucking $25 chips, and so it was cool, man. So like I stopped. I'm not really a gambler, but it was experience for me. You know what I mean? To trust that much money on the table after so many days. I was a winning man.
Yep.
And
all because you found something that worked. You found a strategy that worked, and you went with it. Once you found that strategy and you implemented that strategy, and you knew, like, look, all I gotta do is keep doing the same thing over and over again. And it's gonna think about it like this, bro. When you get a job, when you first get this job, you know nothing about this job. Zero, not a zip. But guess what? You get trained on that job. Now, they may train you sometimes, but a lot of times they just throw you on the floor and say, here, learn from beside you. That is similar to this. Say anything in life. when you first enter, you're clueless. But if you show up every day at the same time, which is your scheduled time that you have at a job, you want to get better at it over time. You know, the only difference is when you work a job, you get that instant gratification by getting a paycheck that very next week that you showed up. This time here doesn't happen. You don't get paid right away when you're an entrepreneur. You got to go through the trial and tribulations. But guess what? You don't got to lose no money in the process because they got this thing called a demo account. Now, a demo account allows you to lose and blow as many times as you want without having to use your real money. And that's what we're going to set you up to do.
Okay. I can earn money with that, right?
You say you can?
Yeah, can I earn money with that demo or not?
You can earn money with the demo, but it won't be real money. It won't be able, you won't be able to cash out with it or anything. But the point of the demo is to build your confidence. You know what I mean?
Facts.
To let you know, like, all right, I know what I'm doing. I'm on track. Because you wouldn't want to throw you wouldn't want to go get you wouldn't want to go spend 84 bucks on that 10K account if you're just going to blow that account, or if you don't know how to maintain that $10,000. Because most people have never traded with $10,000 in real funds, or traded $10,000 period, or even had fucking money to the point where they can just have $10,000 sitting around and they're willing to lose that 10,000. So why would you take your money, your hard-earned money, and go get $10,000 if you're not ready for $10,000?
Right.
You know, if you can go open a demo account of $10,000 demo account, and I'm gonna show you how to open that demo account. This is what I'm gonna have you do. You're gonna go to ftmo.com. You're gonna log into FTMO. Boom. Can you still see my screen?
Say save it, you said?
Do you still see it? Does it say the
FTMO? Yeah, I see ftmo.com.
Okay, perfect. So once you get here, you know, you're gonna go to FTMO, and you don't gotta do this today, but I just wanted to show you what's going to happen. Don't worry about that. That's a bunch of bullshit. You're gonna do this free trial. You see this free trial? Try this free trial. You're gonna log in, get everything done. All right, motherfucker. I know. I just wanted to show it for him right quick.
Hey, bro, you told me you trade only once a day and you just keep it consistent.
Keep it consistent, bro. Keep it consistent.
Facts.
My trading time, bro. This is my trading schedule. I work. I'll just tell you my schedule. I work from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. Once I get off of work, I go to the gym from about 7 to 8. And once I get done doing the gym, I come home, I take me a shower, get myself situated. And that's usually around 8:45. I do prayers, I do my, sit-ups, push-ups, and different things that I got to do after after I get done handling my workouts and whatnot. I like to try to do breathing exercises. I'm trying to learn and work on that. So that's what I do from about 8:45 to 9:15. Now, once 9:15 comes, that's when I start looking at the charts. Bro, I'm off the charts by 10 o'clock. That's about 45 minutes of trading. And I average about 3 to 5% a day minimum, which is with the account size that I'm trading with currently. Yeah, it's roughly about anywhere from $5,000 to $1,000 a day. $500 to $1,000 a day. You know, and that's in 45 minutes of work. Now, granted, I do a lot of studying. Like, I study probably about an hour or two a day outside of trading. But as far as trading, I only trade about an hour a day, 5 hours a week. And I do pretty well for myself.
I sound like it. Man, I have a question. So, like, you have any goals and shit? Like, you have like, okay, once I get to X and X and X, I'm gonna go to, this level of investment or trading or something different with your, processing.
So I'm already a heavy investor. So I'm very heavily invested in crypto. I don't pay myself. So the reason why I work a job is because I like to get my payouts. I don't like to pay myself, bro. I like to reinvest all my money. I'm 24, you know what I mean? I'm in no rush to try to go out here and live a lavish life. I want my investments to pay for my lavish life instead of me having to work my ass off and go pay for my lavish life. That's the opposite way of how you should. You know,
Mhm.
my ultimate goal is trading. I want 100 million minimum. And my ultimate goal, I wouldn't be a billionaire, bro. Like, I would love to be a billionaire as far as my investments and as far as just setting the world free. Another part of my goal, I would like to help 1,000 lives,
Mm.
because I feel like with trading, you're printing your own money. You are your own ATM. If you learn this skill set and you hand it down to your kids will never have to go work for that white man. Your kids will never have to suffer. Your kids will never need for anything. Like, some people, they don't want $1 million. You know what I mean? But some people just want their freedom. There's
Mm.
so many different ways, bro. This is what freedom is. If I can show you how to make $300 a day in less than an hour, that's freedom. That means you have 23 hours out of the day to do whatever the fuck you want. Whether you want to go
Mm.
eat your meat for 23 hours, whether you want to go fuck a different bitch for each hour of the day, or whether you wanted to go spend time with your family, or whether you wanted to go do other investments. It's depending upon what you want to do. But this skill set gives you that opportunity to open up different avenues, so that's my goal. That's my goal, is to show people what this skill set can do, and then on top of that, just enjoy my life. I come from nothing, so making sure my mom is good, making sure my dad is good, because even though I didn't grow up with them, they still allowed me to be where I'm at, because by them, not being able to take care of me and me being put in the foster care, it led me down this path that I'm on now. So whether I have liked that path or not, it is a
Wow.
path that I needed for myself. So now I just want to show other people that was in the same position that I was. Look, man, you don't got to be a product of your environment. You just have to understand that you got to do better. How do you do better? You got to visualize better. You got to see better. You got to breathe better. You got to get that freedom. And a lot of people are stressed in life because they don't have freedom. They're struggling because they don't have money. And if I can help them alleviate that process, I feel like I survived and I did my part, bro. That's my goals.
Man, blessings, man, righteousness. I mean, you couldn't say that any better, man. Well spoken.
I appreciate
Um,
you.
yeah, man, very highly intelligent, a genius, a god in your right. In this, you're a god.
That's
And
it.
yeah, man, when I was 5 years old, I told myself, I'm gonna who helps me out, I'm gonna give him back 1,000-fold, 1,000,000-fold, because I know
That's
my
it.
life would be very challenging. People, my family was very hateful towards me, right? But I still loved him. I never judged him. They said Zeus don't get mad, he doesn't react. I learned how to make the most of everything. I realized everything I ever was gonna ever experience it was a fucking experiment for me to build my mountain. So I never looked at it as okay, rejection or negativity. I gave it open arms and trust that it's gonna help me build my mountain, build this amazing fortress, build this empire.
That's it.
Simple mission. And that's what, the peace you bring into this conversation, the peace, that's value, man. Your vision, that shit is value. That's gold to me. And, you know, I don't know you in person, but I know you at heart, you know?
Right.
And and to me, that matters tenfold, including your skill set and your briefing of how you came about with the soul strategy and your step by step hitting the wall with a different mentor and finding someone else different. Never give up on your mission. And I definitely can relate to that. I have worked so many jobs. I worked in airport twice, management, on bourbon, bartending, valet. I worked online for a couple of years, and like in a guy in Miami, making good money, but he wasn't a good guy at heart.
Right.
And
Right.
when I left from that shit, I'm on my ass, man. On December 15th, 2014, I'm on my ass. I'm sitting there sleeping in my fucking car. You know, my grandma told me, Zeus, I asked her, like, can I at least stay in there? She said, nah, man, like, figure that shit out. Like, you always figure that shit out. She has,
Mm-hmm.
to remind you, she has a 3-story Airbnb, two
Hmm.
houses. She's a rich woman, grossing 3 million. She would not let me stay there. So from that point, I didn't get mad with her. I said, okay, grandma, I got you. I figured that shit out,
That's
you
it.
know? And that's all. And blessings, man. It's
Creates a different hustle in you when you got to do it by yourself.
yeah, bro. When's your birthday, man? You don't
July
ask.
3rd.
You're just okay. You're cancer. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Facts.
What about you?
I'm on March 25th.
Okay. So that's coming up.
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah. I'm Aries.
Bet. So look, this is a goal for mine. My goal is to help you get funded by your birthday.
Oh man.
You know what I mean? That would be a nice birthday gift that I can help you get. You know what I mean? So that'll be a goal of mine to help you get funded by your birthday. And if not funded, at least comfortable to understand these charts. You know,
I think I'm go ahead.
I think that'll be something cool to accomplish by your birthday, bro. And I think it can be done.
I'm on it. I mean, I'd be up all day with this shit, bro, until I figure it out. Like I'm a person, I will not stop until I get it.
Oh,
And
that's a
so, huh?
I was about to say, bro, I'm telling you, we're going to get along because of that. You know, the hustle you have, it's going to make me want to be hungry for you. You know what I mean? Hungry to show you this shit. And if I see you doing something wrong, I'm going to be on your ass because I'm like, nah, bro, you deserve better. How to do better. Let's
Mm-hmm.
get it done. You know what I mean? So I'm here, bro.
Fucking
I
right.
see the energy you have. And I'm an energy person. So if I see you got good energy, I'm gonna want to connect with you and continue to connect with you, especially if our stories are similar. And it sounds like our stories are similar. You know what I mean? I've been homeless in foster care when I first aged out. Um, to when I first got arrested. When I came home, I was homeless for a little bit. So, you know, there's just different ways and understandings to be like, damn, man, I understand where you're coming from. I understand your mindset. That's
Mhm.
power. You know what I mean? Especially as a Black man, because we live in a world where, as a Black man, we come out the womb 10 times below everybody, 10 times underneath of what we should be. So that's powerful to me, bro. Powerful to see that you pushed on even when struggle came and adversity came. Because you know how many times and how many people would have just became a product of their environment because they're like, well, fuck it, man. My grandma said this, my family said this, I'm on my own, fuck it. I'm gonna be out here and go do some dumb shit. But instead of going to do some dumb shit, you understood who you were, you became a man. That's different. So many people would have used that as a way to lose themselves instead of gaining themselves. So that's powerful, bro. That's powerful. And I salute you for that because I know it's hard. That shit ain't easy. Shit is not easy.
Man, thank you, Ken. I appreciate that.
You already
Because
know.
I'm looking what you're doing right now. I'm kind of still. I mean, I'm observing what you're doing because I'm seeing you kind of organizing the Asian box.
Yep.
Uh, yeah, and I'm always I can multitask and shit. You know what I mean? Like I'm just so like honored, but also very like I have unlimited energy. Like my family called me that. They came in front like Zeus, man. Like you're gonna be like legendary because they try to put me down. Like they tried their best, like starving me to eat and everything, bro. But like they see the Zeus is not gonna hinder. He's not gonna render. He's gonna continue to push forward. And right now, I'm pretty much doing my thing, you know, on my own, and that's how I love it. You know, I take care of my kids, and that's about it. You know,
That's
so for
good.
me, you know, the mission is to take my business and make it flourish. I have a great plan, man, for the jewelry, and you know, not only jewelry, but I have someone else that has a person that I've been in contact with. He makes his own cryptocurrency and shit. I have never talked to him yet. Well, I did talk a couple times, but not really talk. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I really want to learn how to make my own crypto
Crypto
because my
mining is
jewelry
crazy.
business, huh?
Crypto mining.
It's
Mining
crazy,
crypto. It's crazy. It's beautiful though.
bro. You fucking mind?
No, but I wish. But my friend Tyrone, the crypto specialist that we have, he knows a little bit about it. You know what I mean? So he's
Fuck.
somebody to get in touch with too, bro, about that. You know what I mean? And you probably could teach him something because I know he knows about mining, but I don't know how much he knows as far as mining crypto. I know he has mined a couple cryptos, but it's a process. So it's cool though, bro. So definitely, You know what I mean? I'm gonna definitely get y'all in contact, because if you're trying to mine crypto, he's the person that, you know what I mean, on top of who you already know. I think y'all can
Mhm.
fucking do some crazy things. And that might be something that y'all can bring to the table along with Freedom Runners, you know, another part of our business. You know, you guys are teaching people how to mine crypto. That's a whole
Mhm.
business experience. I mean, a whole business venture that, you know, maybe you guys could tap into. You know, I don't know. I don't know, but that's what's up, bro. That's
I'm
that's golden.
yeah,
I'm
I
telling
mean, I'm going to India this year, man. I got some connects out there, bro.
you
To
going
go
where?
out to India, to
Oh,
Japan, India. And I'm
okay.
going out there because my crystal connect is out there, right, bro? And my gold connect. So go out there is half the price, like 900, $100 depending on what time of day, but half the
Damn.
price. So I'm going out there and buy a shit ton. And I'm an alchemist, man. So I know how to reduce down the carat to being 24 to 22 to 18 with my like ancient skill. It's called a crucible. I just infuse copper and, 1/4 of copper, one third of silver and whatnot. And I make granulation. It's an ancient technique. It's a 5,000 year old technique from Sumer, old Mesopotamia. And I'm out there learning enameling. This color technique. It's like a 2,000-year-old technique from Italy. I'm gonna learn how to make swords and shit, like 14 karat swords and chalices, and fuse it with fucking stones and shit, bro. So it's gonna be beautiful when I release my business format onto the platform, like onto YouTube, to be more direct. I just asked you a sign, right?
Yeah.
Okay, like so I'm doing all signs. I'm making pieces and I actually read crystal Bibles and shit about stones. So I know what stones, what crystals affect what person, where it should be affected to.
You
In
got my
certain parts of
support.
the time and season, huh?
You got my support.
Yeah, so every person has a chakra, right? 7 chakras in the main 7 and the main system, and then there's actually a second set. So I know what stones that affects of course the chakra system at certain times a year, and so it affects even more so, like more so. So I'm making signs, crystals, and pieces of like bracelets, earrings, bracelets, pendants, rings, and all every week for all signs, and making at least 4, like 12 of each, so that everyone has a chance to get a little bit of every energy, which is needed for that time period, which will be needed. Making swords, like chalices, the whole nine, bro, like um on the full moons, new moons, and stuff like that. And swords being for what for like for the air signs, chalices being for the water signs, pentacles being for the earth, and fire being made for the wands. And so like it's some pretty cool, interesting dynamic releasing that. And then, having that be purchased with crypto sometime, having your own crypto, attached to it be fucking even more supreme. Um, you know how we do it, right? We're trying to have long sustained wealth and build a legacy. So
Right.
and that's my mission this year, to complete and get into that full time, and also with trading and so on and so forth. But yeah.
Bro, I don't think you understand. Somebody sent you for a reason, because I have been wanting to get involved with my chakras and understanding my how to I just want to understand my brain, my mind, and
Mm,
understanding the energies that come from different, chakras and different ways of breathing and different things to open you up mentally. So what you saying, bro, I don't even think you understand that. I feel like you were put in this position or put in my path for a reason. And if you have that to share with me and I have this to share with you, obviously there's something that we can share with each other and that can help each other into whatever avenue that we decide to go in. So I am blessed to have even met you. You see, I didn't stop that going back testing, because this is something that I'm really serious about, something that I really want to tap into and then learn about, because I know that if I learn and tap into that type of stuff, I will be so much more free mentally, just
Mm,
off of the energy and the connection that I would have with my inner self.
mm-hmm.
So that's something that I don't think you understand is that I'm about to stop this share, but that just opened my eyes up and helped me realize that, like, yo, this is what I needed. So I appreciate that, bro. I don't think you understand. Like, we're gonna have to do a Zoom call just on meditating and how to tap into that. And if you have any videos or any YouTube links that are beneficial to learning, definitely send them my way, bro, because I want to learn about that. That is, I don't think people understand. Like, I'm a great trader, but once I tap into my mental on a whole different base,
Oh man.
I'm gonna be making $1 million a week, bro. That bro, there's no doubt in my mind that I'm gonna be making $1 million.
Man, bro, guess what? Because you mentioned that to me, I'm gonna open up even more so to you, right? I have a lot to offer, like on that kind of level, right? I have real power, bro. Like techniques like activate at age 5, still do it. Uh, the brain, you say open up your brain, right? Your
Yes.
chakra, your brain is a big heart, and your gut is a heart. Like most of our gut is actually bacteria. See, I told you I take pure gold every day. I take iodine, I take rhodium, iridium, silver, copper, and indium and palladium every day, in zeolite, which is a crystal, and probiotics and proteins, and also herbalism like maga. These things, and also shilajit. These things, it helps make your cells and your electrical charge within our DNA more dense and more fluidity, so they have instant transitioning with the receptors. So it receives information, and it actually retains the information deeper within your mind and your heart. So essentially, your mind becomes one. Right brain and left brain. The left brain is more analytical, and the right brain is more the imaginative one. Once they become whole, once you center the force of your heart, bro, and have more peace and acceptance, and then your gut, which has the lower 3 chakras, root, sacral, and solar plexus chakra, those become more like the fire, the more earth tone, the more empowerment chakras. In that regard, your mind, my brain moves when I meditate, bro. That's how powerful it is. If I've been eating bad, I go in the bathroom, shit it out, piss it out immediately. It takes less than 2 minutes to get me to shift my energy, shift my mind, and shift my whole entire being. And then secondly, I can tap into the second system, which is the Earth Star chakra. It's actually 6 feet, like 6 below your feet. It's an Earth Star, kind of like a pyramid shape. It's golden, and the ground will shake. You feel the presence around you. The whole room changes colors. You follow me? Like I
Following,
have
that's crazy.
yeah, I showed my girl this. Well, I showed my guy this, my friends this. They can't believe this. Like, man, it feels amazing. They tell me, bro, it's just so like as if I'm on like some galactic shit going on. Like it's more powerful than shrooms. And then I actually activated this in 2018 on August 5th. Um, no, August 7th. And what happened was, once I felt that pressure, my whole life I felt it, bro. But I could never control how to tap into that shit. It was so hard until I went so deep in my earth, for deep in my heart chakra, bro. Really hard. And I've been going deep, meaning I don't breathe when I meditate. So people tell you the voice breathe. I mean, my chakras breathe for me.
Exactly.
I let go my mind. I let go the thought. Thought has been thrown. My heart thought, and then the release of the mind, I connect to my energy centers, and I pretty much breathe through my chakras. It took me like a long time to get beyond just the crown, the root, and the heart, and the G center. Those four was really strong growing up, and till 20, I think 16, I was able to tap into all of them finally. It was like fucking right. It took so many times, over hours, so many hours, until I really tapped into it. It was me and just going deep and not letting up. So I will go step by step, see which ones you tap into, and also I can send you energy. Like I can really remote view. I can do a lot of different things to get you to feel as if you know, your energy is all, we all energy, right? Our presence is always magnetically connecting. And our vibration, once we reach a certain vibration, our souls would connect no matter how far, because space is only, it's only like the illusion that we call, because this distance shit is like really not really that distant. It's a
Yep.
small world. The world's big, but it's big as you make it. And so for me, man, um, so the whole technique, I can go on. Is actually a chakra behind that too. It goes up. So once I bring that energy up from the Earth Star chakra, I should have beamed first to this plane. It's like the ethereal plane. It's like a planet. It's a pyramid there as well. When I see myself materialize, bro, in spirit, in the ethers, I bring myself right back up, and uh, it's called a soul star chakra. The soul star chakra is 6 feet above your head. And that's when my energy turns blue, like icy blue, like Dragon Ball Z. If you ever watched that,
I've seen bits and
anyway,
pieces.
huh?
I've seen the little bits and pieces here and there, but
But that's yeah.
yo, ah man, that's crazy, bro. I don't think you understand. Like that is crazy because like I follow a couple of breatharians on Instagram and whatnot, and just learning the little bit that they put out and how they tap in. I follow this one breatharian who he hasn't eaten in 4 years.
What?
Yes, hasn't eaten in 4 years. He gets all of his energy and his nutrients from the sun. And it's amazing because how you just said you don't breathe while
Fuck.
you're meditating, you get it from the energy. That's
Right.
similar to what he does to eat. You know, it's crazy. I don't know how to explain it, bro, but you just blew my mind. And when I say we're gonna have to do a whole Zoom call on that, whenever you got time, I am I'm down, bro, because that is something that, I have time. I have a lot of time on my hands.
Mm,
I want to start using my time properly,
mm,
start using the things that I need. Just like just like I pray every day, but you know, there's different levels of prayer. There's different levels of understanding who you are. And I feel like you said, I am a God and I need to
mhm.
become a God of my life. I worship a God, but why not worship myself? And some people may sound like, bro, you can't not say that and still believe in God. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Mm.
It's levels to this shit. And if you don't understand my level, stay on yours. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to come up to a level of where I understand that. And it sounds like, bro, you know it. I know it takes time. The same amount of time I put, not the same amount, but it's the time that I put into learning this is the same thing you've done to learn your body, to learn your chakras. I probably said it wrong, but to learn
Chakras.
chakras, to learn your energy. You put time into that. I put time into learning how to trade. Anything worth it is going to take time. So I'm willing to put that time into it because I know it's going to open my mind up to the higher power of myself.
Powerful, man. I got one question for you, bro.
What's up?
What's created first? The key, the chest, or the treasure?
You said what's created first, the key, the chest, or the treasure?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
The key.
Why you said the key?
Because if you can have a chest and a treasure, but if you don't have a key for that chest and treasure, it's kind of pointless.
Mm. Guess what? No,
What?
no answer is wrong, but it's always one that's denser. So it's no value. It's no okay. The treasure itself would have to be created. It's more denser because there's no value in having a key while having a place to put in to unlock to even receive the treasure. So
Right.
I wouldn't create a key without having a chest that protects and secure with the value of it. Then I can't even create a key of a gold or a copper or a silver key because what's the value of a key if the treasure has some bunk inside of it, right? Some bullshit. So I want to have the treasure be secured, and the treasure magnifies the chest and the key.
The importance of each every one of them, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Makes
Yeah.
sense. I'm not
It's a
gonna lie.
mind. It's a mind. I got so many things like that, bro. Like to help me ask questions myself at age 5 every night before I go to bed. Things like that. What gets me to want to have an urge to pick up this or do that, and weight my pros and cons. So I have put this in my inner words, reading my inner words, my inner keys, learning my original force thoughts, and from that point, my original urge, and it got denser and denser. So instinctually speaking, I live out of instinct, and I trust my instinct direly, you know, and that's why now we can transition because we are gods. We just learning how to, we kind of came from different walks of life, but similar life path and took different roads. Now we are crossing paths to enlighten, to bring us forth to our real godhood
Yep.
completely. I'm going, a fucking $1 billion would be nothing to get, bro. I really believe this. Now, like me and you, bro, and the whole team, the whole camp, we coming, we here.
It's already done.
Yeah.
But there's no point in it being done if we ain't tap into our higher power.
The church is already here.
Exactly. Look, man, I'm about to go ahead and wrap this up, but I just want you to know, man, I'm blessed to have come in contact with you, in more ways than one, because I believe you have an amount of value that is going to be golden to the team. So we as a team is honored to have you, you know what I mean? Because we've never had somebody of your magnitude that has tapped into the level of the life that you have and being able to apply that and even teaching me so that way I have that. And then if for some reason you decide once you learn the trade, you want to just go and be by yourself, I can always share that with the team. That is what's important to me is learning. I don't care about money. I don't care about any of that shit, bro. I care about what you can offer me as a person and what I can offer you. That is what value is. And hearing what you're saying and listening, and that is right there in the soul is wow. Because as a trader, it's all about your mind and how you think. And if you can understand and develop how you think and manage and be the only person or the only thing that affects your thought process, it's powerful. So I appreciate that, bro. I'll get up with you tomorrow and I'll send over this recording as soon as it's done. And then we'll talk from there, bro.
Yeah, man, much love. It's been a blessing. It's been a
beautiful blessing.
Appreciate that, brother. Hit me up tomorrow.
I surely will, and I'll send this over as soon as possible. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. We can hop on another Zoom call whenever you're ready. And whenever you get your laptop, we'll, start setting you up.
Oh yeah, that sounds great. I'm getting that shit gonna be more tomorrow morning, man. That's nothing to go by. I have one more thing I have requested. I have this podcast. It's called From Earth to Ether.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the name of the podcast. So whenever they release that time, sometime down the line, sometime this year, you have a great, spirit, man. I don't think you've been told that probably as much. It's very, very rewarding to hear you come from your space and who you become and have the willingness to do your mission that you're on. I just want to be able, like, you come on a podcast, like you can be a co-host, you can just be a team, or we can just, come on some time to time, just to speak on this trading anything. I don't care, like, and then from that space, man, like that'd be so great. The just beyond just giving people our connection, also give people a little bit about yourself and giving it, because you're so enlightened, even to this point. If you don't believe so, like I know you believe so, because
Right.
you're like you're already been seeking, you're already been on that path. Eventually, you's gonna come, to form, just like
Yeah.
myself. And so I'm gonna learn from you as much as possible to get this trade this shit down to a science. You know.
I'm here for it, bro. Yeah, I don't even yeah, I'm telling you, you came at the right time into this because I would love to start a podcast. I like to talk, especially I want to give people my side of my life. So that's, bro, we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk, bro. We got a lot of talking to do. I'm glad we started this connection, bro, because this is something that I think we can build off of. And not just from trading, but for life. So I appreciate it, bro. And I don't think you understand what you're doing for me right now. It's giving me that power to understand that I'm on track.
Mm,
So I for sure I appreciate you, bro. I don't think you understand.
man, you overstand right now. Like you in your
Yeah.
overstands.
Yeah.
And before my child passed away last year, March 9th, 2 days before that, bro, I tapped into a different energy, different presence. Me and my girls and them just watching this shit. It was amazing. It's gold and red and all that shit. But guess what? I called it in life stance. Once I came to higher stance, walking my higher path, it wasn't enough. And in life stance, everything cultivated. So every day I would walk in life, no matter what happened. So when she passed, I wasn't distraught too much. I accepted it immediately,
Yep.
but it was painful, but I still accepted. I wasn't shaken, you know? And said life, it goes back as a child. I said everything I would experience would be for my highest, would be for my mountain. So I accepted with open arms and trust. So when that happened, I had to stand on my 2 feet and maintain that and level up.
That's it.
And,
That's it. Knowing that the biggest thing is in the world is accepting it. That once it's done, it's done. There's no way to get it back. But understand how to accept it is the hardest part.
fucking right.
I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, man. Your energy, your knowledge, and the future.
Yeah,
I look forward to learning from you, bro. I do.
yeah, man. Vice versa. Trust me.
It's just the beginning. So I definitely appreciate you, bro. Everything, man.
Go ahead.
I said everything. Just appreciate the knowledge. You even being up right now and still wanting to learn, that's beautiful to me.
I never go to bed. I mean, I go to bed late every day. I'm a night bird. I'm up all night, learning something, meditating for hours. And like before I actually read books, bro, I read myself. I want to read my inner word to know how to dispel on my truth onto the world rather than learning a word how to spell outside myself. Every brick you see in existence comes from someone's perspective.
Yep.
Every fucking building we see, everything we see on the world came from imagination. Everything. Someone had to create this roadmap for us to ride our car on. It was imagination.
Bingo.
So for me, it's not value our own. It's like blasphemous. I'm gonna accept my truth, and that's where we're here to make this people beautiful, bro. Like amazing, impactful. I want to impact as many lives as possible. Million lives, so many souls to the ethers. Man. So I'm ready for this. I'm like ready, like right.
Well, you're on track, bro. You're on track and you're at the right place.
Yeah,
but
man.
Let me go ahead and get ready to go, bro. I gotta go to the bathroom.
All right, Brody. I appreciate that.
When I say we're gonna talk, I'm gonna get up with you in the morning, and we got a lot of information we're gonna be going over, bro. So I'm excited that you're ready because I'm ready, and I'm just excited, bro. So I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, likewise, brother.
I'll holler at you in a little bit.
All right, bro.
Appreciate you again, bro.